Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live again for another live game of footy. Today we've got a back-to-back game, a couple of games which you can watch for free on OneFootball. Yet again, I'm not promoting OneFootball, but it's a great little great website with lots of great football games on from around the world. And FK Auda against Skonto Riga or Riga FC in the Latvian Virslīga. It's two of the top teams in Latvia. Two of these teams who are very, very close to the top of the table in the Latvian Virslīga. And listen, I've got to level with you. I've never watched the Latvian Virslīga. I've never, ever, ever watched it. But I'm about to. I've never watched the Finnish Virslīga either. But we'll watch that tonight as well. We're going to be watching HJK Helsinki against KPS tonight in the Finnish Virslīga tonight. So listen, two big games in those leagues. The Latvian league, you've got Riga who are first. They are top of the table in Latvia, away at Auda who are fourth. Both of these teams, I think they're competing in Europe this season. Both of them are. Certainly Riga are, anyway. We're going to be doing Riga maybe in one of the upcoming Champions League qualifying games. So, again, we'll see. We shall see how good they are today. But look, I just thought this is an opportunity to watch a bit of football. There's not much football on around the world today. It's a Friday. Usually Fridays are a little bit quiet. There's not really an awful lot going on. There's the Irish League of Ireland games are going on. Later on tonight, I think the France under-19s women, Spain under-19s women, UEFA under-19s final in the women's game. That plays at some point tonight. It might be 7-8 o'clock, but nothing kind of earlier on. So I thought, you know what we'll do? We'll do Latvia. We'll do the Latvian league. Why not? We'll do the Latvian league. So join me. We'll have a chit chat as we go. As always, we'll have a chit chat as we go. We'll talk about general football. But this is available to watch for free right now. You can watch it. Why not? Let's watch a bit of footy. With that said, I do want to say, as always, a big thank you to our sponsors on this channel, Match Bingo. Match Bingo continuing to sponsor Premier League Dad and all of our lives on this channel for the foreseeable, and a big thank you to them for doing so. I don't think you can get a Match Bingo card for Auda against Riga in the Latvian Virslīga. I don't think you can. So you're going to have to step your game up, I think, Match Bingo. You're going to have to step your game up. You're not covering the Latvian league just yet. But you're doing, listen, it's the Match Bingo app. You can get some fantastic games on it. They do cover the majority of the big games. They're covering the Women's Euros. They're covering the Under-21s final. They're covering quite a few games across Europe and stuff like that. There's lots of other games you can play on the Match Bingo app, including Bingoals. If you've never heard of Bingoals, go and check it out. You can scan the QR code, which is on screen right now, or you can click the link in my description to download the Match Bingo app via my special Premier League Dad link. And if you do so, you'll be indirectly helping to support the channel. So yeah, even if you just go and download it, go and let me know what you think. Download it, try it out. You don't have to buy anything. You know, you can just download it and let me know what you think. It's a cool app. I honestly think it's a cool app because it's a mad combination of football, betting, and bingo, which I would have never thought to do. But Match Bingo is a fusion, a lovely, innovative, genius fusion of those two things. So you can buy a bingo card for a game of football, and, you know, same as bingo. In bingo, you get numbers to mark off, don't you, as the guy calls them out. In Match Bingo, as things happen in real time on the pitch, it marks it off on your bingo card, and you get prizes for a line, you get prizes for 2 lines, and you get prizes for a full house as well. You can win yourself a small fortune, and it's, you know, it makes the game a little bit more exciting to watch. So I do. I think it's a very, very interesting app. If nothing else, if you like a bet on the football, go and check it out. If you don't like a bet on the football, it's not your thing, leave it. It's not your thing. It's no problem. But yeah, go and check it out. And if you do, by the way, if you do deposit a £5, if you go and download the app, you deposit a £5, you get £10 free. So, you know, there's a little incentive, there's a little reward there if you go and doing it. Do you know what I mean? So go and check it out. It's nice. Nice guys over there at Match Bingo as well. They are good guys. They're really, really nice guys. And a big thank you to them again for sponsoring Premier League Dad, the channel. So, with that said, let's get stuck in to tonight's live. Your Samuel, Netherlands under-19s, get in. Both Spanish national team lost 2 finals back-to-back. Oh no, tell me about it. Yeah. Not good for the Spanish youth teams, is it really? I mean, Spain have been knocked out of the under-21s. They've obviously gone out now of the under-19s. And yeah, obviously they've just not quite been at it. But listen, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. The under-21s game on Saturday. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Saturday, yeah. Germany and England. We're going to watch that tomorrow. We're going to be doing that live watch-along. England v Germany. Right, okay. Before we get stuck in, one second. I'm going to go and get a fan, because it's red hot in here. I'm going to go and get a fan. One second. Let me go and plug this fan in. Right, here we go. I really should have done this before I came live, so I apologise that I didn't do it before I got live. Disorganised and all that, but I am live now, and I'm all plugged in. We're all good. Right, and I've actually got a bit of a breeze on me now. Aye, right, okay. Okay, are we on there? Are we on? We're on. Right, hopefully now, are we actually all sorted? I think we are, aren't we? This is kicking off in 15 minutes. Now, I'll be honest, I'll level with you, guys, gals, whoever's watching. I would go through the lineups, because it's 18 minutes to kick off. I would go through the lineups, but I just don't think we know anyone. I don't think we'll know anyone. It's, I'll have a look at him. Let's see, is there anyone that we might recognise? Anyone that we might recognise in either of these teams? Don't think there is, you know. Yeah, no, I don't think there is. I don't think there's a single player on the starting 11 or on the bench that we will recognise. I'll tell you what there is, though. There's a lot of... I'm very surprised at the number of African players there are in both teams, to be honest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 African players across, well, I mean, a 22 plus 7, 14, 30. There's 16 out of 36 players in this team are from the African continent, which, again, I just would never have said in the Latvian league that there would be, you know, there would be so many. I thought it would be mainly Latvians, I'll be honest. I thought it would be mainly Latvians, but maybe I'm wrong. There you go. Surprising. Very surprising. It always, it just, I mean, that's such an odd thing to spot, but it always used to puzzle me. It always used to puzzle me whenever you used to watch, like, because I don't know if you were like me, I used to watch the J League back in the day. I used to watch the J League, and every time I'd see, like, I'd go and watch, you know, whatever it was, you know, Grampus 8 against Kashiwa Raysol, or Grampus 8 against Osaka, or whoever it might have been, and there'd always be, like, one random Brazilian player. I was a bit like, why is it Brazil player in Japan? Like, in the 90s, it was an odd thing, but it just, I mean, it's become increasingly more common. It's cool. There's some leagues that just are a little bit more, yeah. Joe Salah is doing his medical as we speak, mate. Yeah, hey, there you go. Hey, I believe you. I believe you. If nothing else. Right, here we go. What are we looking at? Come on. Oh, there you go. Jake, Geordie boys taking the piss. Adam, what team do y'all support? What team do I support? I am a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. Ben, fantastic fixture key, fair play. Mate, listen, you know we do niche. Niche on this channel. That is what we're about. Mr. Niche. B432956. Palace. What about Palace? I think Palace will be in the Europa League by far. Yeah, not by far. I think they'll be in it. I think they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. We don't want Palace out of the Europa League, do we? Does anyone really want that? Does anyone really, really want Palace kicked out of the Europa League? Maybe if you're a Forest fan or a Brighton fan, maybe I could understand. But it just feels a little bit funny to me. Yeah. I don't know. It just feels a little bit funny. I wouldn't want Palace kicked out. Reece, Ronaldo is earning 486 mil a year in his new contract. Do you reckon we can get him on Premier League Dad for the live? Should we get him on? Feels like he's due a bit of a, he doesn't do enough, does he, Ronaldo? He needs to be getting on here. Let's get him watching the Finnish league tonight. I'll see if I'll put a message out and see if he'll come live with us and watch Helsinki tonight. We've got Riga, Skonto Riga and Auda right now, and now after this we've got HJK Helsinki coming up. So maybe Ronaldo will join us for that. Reece, Arsenal looking at Eze. Thoughts on that? Listen, he'd be a good signing, I think, but I don't think he will end up at Arsenal. I don't think he will. Something tells me that Eze stays at Palace. 68 million quid's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for him, that. And he's not young either, Eze. That's the other side. That's the problem with Eze. As good as he is, and he is very, very good, he's also the wrong side of 25. He's 27. He's 27. And circa 70 million quid for a 27-year-old it's a lot. Now, you get 2 or 3 years out of him, fantastic, but, generally speaking, look at Grealish. Eze reminds me a lot of Grealish at Villa. That feels like a similar, and Jack Grealish is 29 and he's washed, I feel like Eze would be a similar sort of signing, and 70 million quid feels like a lot, that. It feels like a lot. I don't think he's maybe a good signing necessarily at 27 years old, and I think he'd be better off staying at Palace, helping them with the Europa League campaign and working through all that with them. I think he's a better player at Palace. So, yeah, hey, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about it. The Real Donuts, how's it going, mate? Daily reminder that Huddersfield have more league titles than Tottenham. Shihab Mohammed. Gyökeres or Sesko realistic at Arsenal? I think you'd be better off getting Sesko. I think long burn, he would help Arsenal. Gyökeres, I think, is a disaster waiting to happen for some team. He's a disaster waiting to happen. Ben, out on my dog walk, only just got out, and on the way I was thinking, what am I going to listen to on the way around? Then boom, notification pops up, Premier League Dad. There you go, niche shells. There you go, nice one, Ben. Good to have you on, mate. Your Samuel Prem Dad, CR7 would be a good stream. I don't know what we'd talk about. He doesn't feel I don't think we'd have a lot in common, me and Ronaldo. He paints his toenails because they protect them from like fungus or something. Doesn't he do that? Like, doesn't he do something? I saw he painted his toenails, and when I looked into why, it's something. There's health benefits behind it. He does it for it's not like it's not a fashion statement. He's doing it for an actual health reason. It protects when you're in water so much or something like that. I don't know, but he's got black nail polish on his toenails, and I think maybe on his fingers, but whatever. But I just thought to myself, that was an odd move for him to have that, and I'm not sure that level of commitment and dedication that Ronaldo has had throughout his career. I'm not sure I'd be able to. I'm not sure we'd have a lot in common. I think he'd just look at me as like an absolute glutton, an absolute waste. What have you done in life? Whereas I am honest about my flaws. I am honest about my flaws, if nothing else. Your Samuel Madrid delusional fan saying Xabi has arrived after beating a random Austrian club. They weren't great last night, were they? They weren't great. The Scrum Down Live, Huddersfield are bigger than Spurs, 3 titles in a row in the 20s, proper club. That was when football was at its best, wasn't it, James? When it was in the 20s. BM Karen, good win for the Netherlands, absolutely. Reece, don't fancy watching Derry versus Drogheda, Prem Dad. No, I don't fancy watching the Irish League. I thought we'd stick with the Latvian League, and straight after we've got the Finnish League. So I'm going to be watching 2 games back to back. As soon as this finishes, bang, straight onto the Finnish League. Ilias, Latvian League game. Where are you watching it? I am watching it, mate, on OneFootball. If you go to OneFootball, or you can download the OneFootball app. You can download the OneFootball app, or you can watch it on OneFootball, the website. So you can actually watch it. Yeah. Geordie, who's winning, Germany or England? Germany or England? I think Germany, yeah. I'd be very, very surprised if England would manage to get the win in that one. Yeah, I think Germany have got it in the bag. Joe, Eze or Harvey Elliott? Eze or Harvey Elliott? I think Eze's better. Eze's better, but I think Harvey Elliott probably does become a better player. I'll say that. I don't know if that's is that... We'd agree on. Would we? I don't know. Eze now is a better player. I'm not denying that. Yeah, I'm not denying that. Eze is a better player now, but I think Harvey Elliott is like, what, 5-6 years younger? So, and he's won far more. He's played in better teams. He's peaked a lot earlier than Eze. And maybe this isn't Harvey Elliott's peak. I don't think it is. This is the thing. I think Harvey Elliott is a good, very, very good player now. And Eze at 21 was nowhere near Harvey Elliott. So, yeah, I think Eze is a good player. But I think he's better right now than Harvey Elliott is. Geordie, facts. Absolutely. I only spit facts. Yo, Samuel, no good matches today. Well, listen, you say there's no good matches today. I'll tell you what matches there are actually on today. These are the matches we had a choice of watching today. And as you know, on this channel, we give you a commitment. I will watch at least one watch-along every single day, right? Unless I'm, like, keeling over. I have once postponed a live or cancelled. I think we had 2 games on one day, and I watched the first game, and I was full of a cold, full of flu, and I cancelled the second one. But as a bare minimum, we watch one live every single day on this channel, and if I feel like watching a game of football, I'll watch 2, 3, 4 games. I like it. It's all good. It's fun. So the games that we had on today that we had a choice of watching are, there's the UEFA Women's Under-19s final, Euros final, France women versus Spain women. That kicks off at 7 o'clock. Then there's all the League of Ireland games which kick off. You've got Bohemians against Sligo, Cork against St Patrick's, Derry v Drogheda, Galway v Shelburne, Shamrock against Waterford. All of those kick off around 8 o'clock as well. And then we had various other games which kicked off today, including Inter Turku against Nistan in the Finnish Virslīga. That kicks off at 4 o'clock, 7 minutes, same as this one. Auda against Riga, which we're watching. QPS v HJK Helsinki, which is a 6 o'clock kickoff. We're going to watch that one. What else is there tonight? Oh, there's also Stjarnan against Breiðablik in the Icelandic Bestadeildkarla. We have watched a bit of the Bestadeildkarla. So, yeah, you can watch a little bit of that as well. What else is there tomorrow? Tomorrow we've got Rosenborg, Viking. I have actually got a bet on that one, funnily enough. Geordie, is it the Helsinki game you're watching later? Yes, I am watching the Helsinki game straight after this one. Ostermorg, where do you think Elliott goes? I think that Harvey Elliott goes. I think he goes to Brighton. Yeah, I do. I think he goes to Brighton. Come on. Auda and Riga is about to kick off. About 5 minutes to go. Reese, when is the Euro Under-21s final? Is it tomorrow? Yes, mate. It's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. So we're live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Daniel, Gyökeres to Liverpool? No, absolutely not. Gyökeres is a disaster waiting to happen. I don't think he's a very good signing at all. Real Madrid, do you think Konate will leave as a free agent? Sadly, I think he will. I think he's made his bed. Hayden, might as well scrap it and do a Glastonbury watch along at this rate, mate. Auda Riga, what the hell are they? What the hell are they? What the hell are you, Hayden? What the hell are you? They're only the best ever Latvian teams, mate. Call yourself a football fan, Hayden. Call yourself a football fan. Listen, it's jam-packed. Is it jam-packed here? It's not jam-packed. It's like the Club World Cup. Oh, I thought they were showing the full stadium then, though, but it wasn't. We're in Riga. We're in Riga for Auda, FK Auda, 4th in the Latvian Virslīga against Riga, who are top of the table. It's a top of the table clash. This is basically like Liverpool against Chelsea, but Latvian. 007, what do you think about Liam Delap? What do I think about Liam Delap? Good player. He's alright, and he's okay. Do I think he'll be like the next Harry Kane, as some people seem to be alluding to? No, I don't. I think he'll take some time to adjust at Chelsea. I think he maybe gets double figures this season, but that's about it. I think maybe 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 15, max. That's it. I actually think Nicholas Jackson's a better player. Yeah, I'd go as far as saying that. I think Nicholas Jackson is the better player. But let me know what you think. What do you think? Joe already proved he can play in England, which Darwin hadn't. Do you mean he's already proved he can play in England? No, he didn't. Mate, he got 21 goals in the Championship. Gyökeres got 21 goals in the Championship. In what world is that proving he can play in England? That was his best season in England, by the way, and he was 24. He wasn't a baby. He got 21 goals in the Championship. And just to, balance that, Adam Armstrong of Southampton got 21 for Southampton last season. Sammy Smodics of Blackburn Rovers got 28 in the Championship last season. And he came up with Ipswich to the Premier League, did sod all. So why do you think Gyökeres is going to do anything special? Daniel, Stuttgart have made a 60 million price tag on Voltamade. I'm very surprised if he goes to Bayern. It looks like he is going to go to Bayern, and I'm really surprised by that. I think he's better than sitting on the bench. He's better than sitting on the bench, I think. I'm really surprised if indeed Voltamade does end up going there. So we shall see. The Scrum Down Live, as we're watching the Latvian League, who is the best Latvian player in history? Now, that's a great question, James. Best Latvian player, I would have to say Marian Pahars. Marian Pahars of Southampton. We just mentioned Southampton. Marian Pahars of Southampton, it was a great Latvian player. I would say he was one to watch. Be yourself, Dylan. How's it going, Dylan? Good to see you, mate. 1 second, here we go. Reese finished work, playing FIFA and watching Prem Dad. That's my Friday sorted. Oh, miss a game. Do you know, I do miss a game of FIFA. I haven't played FIFA in like 6-7 months now. I really do miss a game of FIFA. I debated that, yesterday I was thinking to myself, I could do like a play-along, couldn't I? I could do a live play-along maybe instead of watching the Latvian League. Maybe we'd do a live play-along of FIFA. I don't know. Just don't know if that's the... I don't know. I don't want to mix gaming and watching football just yet. I don't know. Ben, I nearly said to you yesterday, Kee, why are you not watching the League of Ireland? I am going to be doing... There's a big Irish game coming up. It's Linfield against Shelburne in the Champions League qualifiers, the first round of the Champions League qualifiers. So we are going to watch that one. I am going to be watching the Champions League qualifiers. I've got that all booked in my diary, in my schedule. I've got the games all booked on. Linfield against Shelburne, first round, Champions League qualifiers. I think it's the 8th. I think it's the 8th of January. Not January, 8th of July. Certainly not the 8th of January. 8th of July. And we'll be watching that on this channel. 007, I think Jackson is washed and Liam Delap is better. Well, I guess time will tell. I think Jackson's better. Yeah, I do. I think Jackson's better than Delap. Elliot, what's your favourite band? My favourite band. I'll always stick with like AC/DC or someone like that. I like AC/DC. That's probably more... But I like a lot of... I like Duran Duran. I like Dire Straits. I love Dire Straits. I like Blur. I really like Blur. I like the Gorillaz. I like a lot of Oasis. I like the Beatles. Yeah, I'm eclectic. I throw a bit around. Yeah, I don't know. Joe, mate, watch him play. Seen him play countless times. He's powerful. Finished with either foot, quick. Yeah, but again, Darwin Núñez was exactly that in the Portuguese league, wasn't he? And I think Darwin Núñez is better than Gyökeres. I wouldn't swap Gyökeres for Darwin Núñez. No chance. Darwin Núñez got 48 goal contributions in 61 games in the Portuguese Primeira Liga. 48 in 61. Now that's basically what Gyökeres is doing over there. That's about the same sort of goal scoring rate, goal contribution rate. So for me, I'm sorry, I look at it and I think, no, I don't think Gyökeres is anything special. He's not £70 million worth. I wouldn't be paying that for him. If some teams do want to pay it, good luck to him. But I don't think he's a Liverpool player. Not at all. Be yourself, Dylan. How's you today? I am very good, mate. Yeah, well, do you know, no, I'm not very good. I keep having dizzy spells today. I don't know why it is. I keep feeling a bit dizzy. I'm all right, I'm okay, but I just feel a bit lightheaded. Don't know why it is. So I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I've not, done anything particularly. Maybe I've ate something funny, or maybe I'm just feeling a bit funny. I've drank water. I've had something to eat. I'm all good. I don't know. But yeah, feeling a bit lightheaded. How are you though, mate? How are you? More importantly, how are you? Daniel, your Gyökeres hate is growing by the day. Geordie, United should buy him. 007, what do you think of Jamie Gittin going to Chelsea? Just seems like an unnecessary another winger purchase for Chelsea. Like, what's the point? They keep going out buying these wingers. It's mad. Don't know why they keep needing so many wingers. Come on. Right. Let me get the old scoreboard off, because we're off and we're live here. We're ready to go. You can watch this on OneFootball, by the way. If you are watching along with me, get over to OneFootball, download the app, or watch it on the OneFootball website. Auda against Riga here in Riga. Matt Lowe, how do you think Milos Kerkez will do at Liverpool? Very, very good. Milos Kerkez came out and said that he thought Andy Robertson was the best left-back in Premier League history. So he's already on my good side, because Andy Robertson's one of my favourite ever Liverpool players. Adama, how's it going, Adama? Good to see you, mate. Hello, mate. You good? Doing any games tonight? Yes, mate. Straight after this one, straight after Auda and Riga, I am doing the Finnish Virslīga, which is HJK Helsinki against Koops Kopio. Yeah, that's right. Another household game. Another household name. Another household game. But I think he'll do very well, Milos Kerkez, yeah. Joe Marian Pahars, what a throwback that is. Great on Footy Manager. Loved him. Loved him. Be yourself, Dylan. You could play clubs. I don't know. That's the one thing I've not played on FIFA. Yeah, it's the one thing I've not played on FIFA. Clubs and Ultimate Team, it's not really my thing. Daniel, can you do a 1 to 11 of worst Liverpool players since 2000? Well, do you know what? I would do that, Daniel. I would do that, but I've jumped ahead here a little bit, because I have got effectively that exact video coming out. I've got a series of videos coming out in July, which I have planned. As I've told you many, many times on this channel, one of the things that I feel is holding the channel back is maybe all the lives that we're doing. We're doing so many lives, and it's helping the channel grow massively quickly. It's, we've gained a sponsor, we've done wonderfully well on the channel, but I'm not doing enough like evergreen content. It's always stuff that as soon as the live's finished, that's kind of it. So, and as good as that is, it's wonderful. I need to post videos that people will be watching in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months time, and that's my aim. I'm going to post some more of that sort of stuff, hopefully, and that's the plan for July. That's my super big plan for July. So I've already got those sorts of videos ironed out, and you'll see them coming out in July. Reese, a Prem Dad career mode live stream would be quality. Elliot, how do you even find the Latvian League on your TV? Well, it's not on my TV. It's on OneFootball, the website. It's completely free to watch. I'm not promoting OneFootball, by the way. I don't get anything by sending you there, but that's where I'm watching it. It's a totally legit website, OneFootball. They show games from around Europe completely for free, pretty much every day. It's a wonderful site. Go and check it out. And I'm watching Auda against Riga in the Latvian League right now. Straight after this, I'm going to be watching Helsinki against Koops Kopio at the top of the Finnish league. That kicks off straight after this. So I've got 2 games completely for free tonight, and I'm looking forward to both of them. Why not? I've never watched the Latvian League. I've never watched the Latvian League. I have watched the Finnish league before, and it was like 20 years ago, and the only reason I watched it was because Liverpool were playing FC Hacker. Yeah, in the Champions League, so that's how far back it goes. Real Madrid, 1 second. If Chelsea buys Ekatike, is the lap going to end up on the bench? They're not going to buy Ekatike, surely not. Surely not. They're not going to buy Ekatike, Chelsea. Be amazed. Eastern, thoughts on Madrid? Cowboys, don't like them. Hope they don't win anything this season. And yeah, as much as I like Xabi Alonso, I loathe Trent Alexander-Arnold, and they're about to take Canate off us again for free. So yeah, absolute Cowboys, don't like him. Yeah, corrupt, don't like him. Not bothered. Hope they don't win anything this season. Good ball into the box. Chance here for Riga. Oh, unlucky. Really unlucky. We started quite well in this game though, Riga. Good ball in, cleared away by Auda, and cleared away again. Good play. We haven't done the lineups just because I don't know any of the players. I assume nobody here really knows the players. I'm happy to share it, by the way. Ollie, how's it going, mate? Yes, Key, mate. How's life, mush, mate? I'm good. I'm good, Ollie. Yeah. Is that you? Have you just put that in as well on YouTube, Ollie? Cheers, man. Good to have you over on YouTube. I appreciate that, Ollie. BFC Boris, what team do you support? Bro, I support Blackpool. Liverpool have just taken a player off Blackpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way, mate. Yeah, I'm a big Liverpool fan, but I've watched a lot of games at Bloomfield Road, Boris. So I do appreciate Blackpool. Really, really do like him. Like Blackpool. But we've just signed a player off you. Gabriel someone. Young 16-year-old wonder kid. And apparently he's very, very highly thought of in the Blackpool youth setup. He's just signed for Liverpool. Ostermorg, Napoli will be an interesting watch next year with KDB, Nunes and Lukaku. I think if Nunes signs, Lukaku goes. I'd be amazed if he stays, to be honest. Sonny, 1246. Okay, well, I have one question. Fire away, man. I'm an open book. I'm an open book. As long as you're respectful. If you're disrespectful, then we'll have to move you on. Like, be nice. If you seem a nice lad, ask away. Sisig, thoughts on Man City game last night? I only caught a little bit of the Man City game last night, to be honest. And again, it was good, but it still feels like a pre-season friendly. I can't really place too much stock in this tournament because until we get to the latter knockout stages, it just feels like a pre-season tournament. And I can't really get all that invested or excited in it or anything like that. It just feels really frustrating. So yeah, I haven't really got an awful lot to... I didn't watch it. I haven't seen the Savinio goal. Was the Savinio goal good? Many people have told me it was an absolute rasper. Geordie, I got my money on Helsinki. Yeah, I've got Helsinki or draw tonight as well, Geordie. Be yourself, Dylan. I'm doing an interview on STV on Tuesday, and I will tell you when it's on TV so you can watch it. Wow, nice, man. Yeah, good luck with it. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what how it goes, how you're feeling going into it, what you're actually going to say and all that. Have you got all that planned? Well, that's really good. That's really exciting. Good luck with it, mate. Really, really do wish you all the best. JT, September the 13th, London, Millwall, Charlton, Tommy Robinson protests and Tottenham West Ham. All on September the 13th. September the 13th in London, there's Millwall against Charlton, Tottenham against West Ham, and a load of Tommy Robinson protests. Okay, interesting. That'll be a bit chaotic down there then. Ostermorg, I thought OneFootball was the sponsor. No, I wouldn't, mate. I'd love it if they were. I've got to be, as Ben's just said, surely you are close to a OneFootball and UEFA TV sponsorship. I send so many people to OneFootball and UEFA TV. I've got to be close to it. Should be a Premier League Dad campaign to get me sponsorship off those guys. Daniel, great minds think alike. You're made to be a content creator. Oh, I don't know about that. But thank you. Jamie, hi mate, good to see you, Jamie Anderson. How's it going, man? Miguel, do you like Moyes? I do like David Moyes, yeah, he's a good manager, but I've got to say, I'm a little bit concerned about Everton this season. It feels like they've lost 11 players, 11, 12 players to the first team squad. So, yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be it's going to be a difficult season for Everton, I've got to say. Chance here for Auda, good save from the keeper. Big chance there for Auda to go ahead. First real chance of them getting forward, but they played really well there. Good little 1-2 down the right-hand side. Here he is again. He's the danger man on the right-hand side. Good shot again, just wide. Unlucky. But yeah, I do like Moyes. I just don't know if he stays the full season at Everton, I've got to say. I don't know if he stays the full season. Jamie Anderson, we're going to be back next season. We're looking class. I'm hoping so. I'd quite like to see City and Liverpool really competing, next season again. Tafster 1, is this a Latvian League watch-along? Absolutely, mate. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly what it is. Latvian League watch-along. Oh, they're in. Must be 1-0 Riga, and it is. It's 1-0 to Riga. How's about that then? It's a lovely finish. Little bit of a calamity, I guess. Long ball forward. Auda defenders couldn't quite get it away. And the away end goes mild. There's 40-something Riga fans in that away end. It's pretty poor defending, I've got to say. It's an absolutely shocking bit of defending. And then it's just a square ball and a tap in past the keeper. But there you go, 1-0. We're off and underway. 12 minutes in, 1-0 to Riga. Goals galore in this game. Goals galore. Patrick Casey, do you watch the Ireland League? I haven't watched a lot of the Ireland League, I'll be honest, mate. I haven't watched much of the League of Ireland. However, we are doing Linfield against Shelburne in the Champions League qualifiers first round. I think it's the 8th of July, the first leg. We're also doing the second leg. So I'll be doing both of them games. Both of them. Kelvin Hazel, hi. How's it going, Kelvin? Good to see you. Alexander, thoughts on Voltamade to... Thoughts on Voltamade to... What's that, sorry? Thoughts on Voltamade. Where are we up to? Thoughts on Voltamade to Bayern. Voltamade to Bayern, I think, is disappointing. I think he's better than sitting on the bench at Bayern, but that's evidently what he's choosing if he goes there, because he's not going to get in ahead of Kane. Kelvin, Manchester is always red. They weren't last season. They haven't been for many years. I think Manchester's been blue for probably the best part of a decade now, if not longer. Jamie, mate, the Savinio goal was quality. You need to see it. It was unreal. I'm interested to see what happens, really, with Savinio next season, because he's one of them. He could be so much more, but he's just a bit all over the place with his final ball, isn't he? Kieran Baines, hi, mate. How's it going? What game is this, mate? It's the Latvian League. FK Auda against Riga. So, yeah, you can go and check it out. You can go and watch it on OneFootball if you want to watch along with me. Get to OneFootball, Auda and Riga. You can watch it totally for free, same way I am. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sending people... it's a totally legit site. It's not a dodge stream or anything like that. It's totally legit. OneFootball, show football games from all around Europe, completely for free. That's how I watch so many. Ben, we have to get rid of Konate this summer if he's decided he's going to go. The thing is, though, mate, you can't force Konate out the club. You can't force him out the club. It's just kind of is what it is, isn't it? Can't force him out. If he decides he wants to stay and see his contract out and get a big signing on fee next season, what can we do? We're powerless to stop it. Absolutely powerless to stop it. Rob Sergeys, big up Riga. That's where I was born. Nice. Good to have a Latvian in the chat. Sam, hello. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Albin, what's your team in La Liga? My team in La Liga, I haven't really got... I'll be honest, I'm a Liverpool fan. I find it exhausting supporting anyone extra, right? But I've got a lot of teams that I like. A lot of teams that I've got a bit of a soft spot for. And the teams that I always point to are, in France, it's Auxerre. In Italy, it's Fiorentina. In Spain, it's Betis. Riga were nearly in again there. Very nearly 2-0. Yeah, so I'd say Betis in Spain are probably the one I've got the soft spot for. DN, do you still think that Isak will go to Liverpool? I've never said that Isak will go to Liverpool, by the way. I have never, ever said I've never ever said that Isak will definitely go to Liverpool or anything like that. What I've said is, if Isak puts in a transfer request, Liverpool will buy him. Liverpool will get him. And I think he might put a transfer request in. So, I'd be surprised if he stays at Newcastle, based off the fact that Newcastle fans seem to think he's going to stay at Newcastle. Newcastle fans seem to think he's going to leave Newcastle in 12 months' time. So my argument is, if he's going to leave in 12 months, why wouldn't he leave now? What possible reason has he got to stay for another 12 months when, for the next 12 months, he's not going to win anything? He'll win nothing at Newcastle next season. Nothing at all. So why would he stay? It seems absolutely ridiculous to suggest he'll stay. I think he puts a transfer request in, and I think at that point Liverpool are probably the only team in Europe who can put maybe the 110, 120 million down that it would take to get him. I think 120 probably gets Isak with a transfer request. I think that's what it'll take. So if he puts a transfer request in, yes, I think Liverpool get him. Kieran, can Latvian teams play in the Euros? Yeah, of course they can. They're playing. Riga are playing. They're playing in the I don't know if they're in the Champions League or the Europa League qualifiers, but they are playing. They are in the qualifiers coming up. I'm not sure who they've got coming up, but they are playing, definitely. Kieran, can you tell me if my comments are coming through on YouTube? Yes, mate, they are. Yeah, they are. I can see them coming through now. Hereford, have you heard of Hereford FC? Of course I've heard of Hereford FC. Yeah, absolutely I've heard of Hereford FC. Jamie Anderson, Cherky, Reinders, and Ait Nouri looking good, mate. Yes. Listen, I think Ait Nouri's a great signing. A great signing. Reinders, I'm kind of curious to see how he works, how he fits alongside Rodri. Rodri did very well last night, didn't he, coming back into the team? So interesting to see how he adapts after such a big injury and a long time out. So yeah, Rodri, Reinders, interested to see what that looks like, maybe with Nico Gonzalez in there as well. Does Bernardo Silva play as much? Where does Foden play? You know, all of this. I think Marmoush, Haaland is always going to cause teams problems. So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens, especially Cherky as well. So there's lots to like about City, and I do think that City will be up there next season. When I gave my prediction at the end of the season, again as a Liverpool fan, I said I think City will win the league. I said I think City will bounce back, they'll win the league, and Liverpool will be second. And then Liverpool went out and signed Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz, and we started really big. So I feel like Liverpool may be favourites still, but it's going to be a really, really good race next year. Riga whip the ball in. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 to Riga. There you go. Lovely ball in from the right-hand side. It was a short corner. Whipped in from the right-hand side. And a lovely finish. Lovely little header from Musa. Musa, the number 21, gets his head on it. Smashed it past the keeper. And Riga are 2-0 up here and cruising against Auda. Rob, Sergej, I'll be honest, I've never watched Latvian football because it's a poor standard. Mate, I mean, it's decent to watch. They're 2-0 up already here. Finners, Matty, are you watching Benfica versus Chelsea tomorrow? I think we are, yeah. I think, although, hang on a minute. What time's Benfica Chelsea? That's the question. I don't know, I don't know if we are. Because tomorrow night we've got... I don't think we are, mate, no. I think tomorrow night... Yeah, no, we're not watching Benfica Chelsea. We've got England under-21s against Germany under-21s in the UEFA under-21s Championship final. So I'm watching that. I'm watching the England v Germany. And then maybe once that's finished, we'll watch the second half of Benfica-Chelsea, because Benfica-Chelsea kicks off an hour later. England-Germany kick off at 8. Benfica-Chelsea kick off at 9. So, yeah, maybe we'll keep watching and we'll do that. Kieran, did you know Axel Tuanzebe is leaving Ipswich to play for Burnley? Yes, I did see that. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised by that, but he's not a bad player, Tuanzebe. He'll do okay. Dylan, I've just heard that players will be interviewed after being substituted during the match. Honestly, nobody is asking for that, are they? I was going to do a video on this because it's kind of frustrating. Not a single fan is asking for that, are they? Not a single fan I know wants players interviewed at halftime, managers interviewed at halftime, footage in the dressing room. Nobody wants that. Who is asking for that? It's absolutely mad. All you're going to get is stock answers. It's going to be the most mind-numbing crap interview. It feels like it's just sponsors' ways of saying, do you know what? We need a bit. If we're going to pay you a load of extra money, we want additional exposure, so you need to give us better access in order to justify these increased advertising fees. That's what it is. And it's madness. No fan wants to see it. No fan wants to see it. It's a violation. Regan Young, what prediction do you have for Riga FC? I mean, to be honest, the way this has started, I think it's probably going to be 4 or 5-0, you know. Edward, how's it going, Edward? Edward in Ibiza. Hey, Kieran, when I come back, I've booked Thailand for October. Jesus, mate, you're made of money. Absolutely rolling in it. Good for you, mate. Well done. Love that. Wish I had half your cash. Ibiza in Thailand within the space of 3 or 4 months. You're absolutely rolling in it, son. Jamie, oh, hang on a minute. I think we've missed that. Max, they literally beat you in the final. Yeah, I know, but that still doesn't mean they're going to win anything. Still doesn't mean they're going to win anything. And like I said, Isak's not bothered about a Carabao Cup, is he? Carabao Cup isn't going to be here nor there in his medal haul at the end of the year if he leaves and joins Liverpool. If he leaves and joins Liverpool, he'll be winning the Premier League and the Champions League. If he goes to Barcelona, he'll be winning the La Liga and the Champions League. If he stays at Newcastle, all he'll do is be shining and polishing his Carabao Cup medal for 3 or 4 years. It's the same thing. He needs to make a solid decision now that he is deciding to, you know, prioritise silverware. And look, I don't think it's not like he's got any great commitment to Newcastle. We've said this many times. You know, he left Dortmund, he left Sociedad, he left Malmo, he left all of these places where he had good relationships with the fans. So why would he leave? Why would he stay at Newcastle? Got no more affinity with Newcastle than he's got Sociedad. Rob Sergeys, in Latvia, ice hockey is the most popular sport. I'm not surprised. It's a bit chilly in Latvia, isn't it? Joey hates the colour red. Why would he join Liverpool? It's that Mo Salah swap deal, mate. Lucas Harrison, how could Liverpool splash that out after spending well over 200 million already? Well, because we've got a lot of money to spend. And we haven't spent any money for years. Liverpool, I keep telling people whenever they ask, Liverpool have spent less than West Ham and Wolves over the last 5 years. We didn't spend a penny really last season. And we still won the league and walked it by an absolute, country mile. We had the league title was wrapped up by Christmas. And Liverpool hadn't spent a penny. So, you know, we've got last season's transfer budget, this season's transfer budget, and you've got to factor in that, you know, we've not really had any spend for the last, I think we're 8th or 9th in the Premier League spend table over the last 5 years. Plus, we've got a load of players to sell as well. Doak, Morton, Bajcetic. We've sold Trent, we've sold Kelleher, we've got Nunes to go, maybe Jota to go, maybe Diaz to go. There's all these players still to sell. Maybe Canate goes as well. Kwanzaa's just gone as well. Loads of games, loads of players, loads of cash. Jamie, Reinders next to Rodri last night was mint. The runs Reinders makes are pretty dangerous. Foden looking back on form too. That'll be interesting to see how that whole mix, that whole dynamic works for City, I think. Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see how they get on next season. Lucas, even as a United fan, I want to see more of Nico Gonzalez. I still think the jury's out on Nico Gonzalez. But you're right, I think, Jamie, I think it could go down to the last game of the season. It's going to be a good title race this year, isn't it? Good title race. That guy, Jack562, what game is this on? It is on One Football, mate. That's where I'm watching it right now. It's on One Football live. Shot from distance. Whoa, just over the bar. Unlucky from Riga. Jamie, we play Al Hilal at 2 a.m. Tuesday morning. Yeah, I won't be up for that one. Jake Pike 96, the Yanks trying to make our sport something it isn't. It does feel very American football, that, doesn't it? It does feel very forced, very, you know, sensationalist US. I mean, it's the same with the Club World Cup. Look at the state of them walkouts at the Club World Cup. You know, where they're calling the players' names out and they're walking out like to a theme on their own through clouds of smoke and flashing lights. Oh, it's so pathetic. Reece, Liverpool can still spend 200 million and still be within PSR. Easy. Easy. Jamie Anderson still got some of the Coutinho money left as well, surely. Andreas, how do Chelsea do next season, do you think? I think Chelsea could finish 4th again. I don't think much higher, to be honest. Problem Chelsea have got is that they've just not quite got, I think, enough at the back. I'm surprised. The goalkeeper situation isn't quite fixed. I think defensively Chelsea are pretty all over the place. There's only really Cucurella I'm confident with. Beyond that, Chelsea's defence is pretty naff, I think. Midfield's alright. Yeah, midfield's alright. You've got Enzo, you've got Caicedo. Chance here for Riga. Should be 3. Is it 3? Good save by the keeper. Should have been 3-0, that. They're walking this in. Oh, it's shocking. Simp Simon, OneFootball is illegal. No, it's not, mate. Hamza, what country's football standard have you been really impressed with? Like an unexpected one. Standard I've not been really impressed with. There's some that I've watched and thought this has been far worse than I actually thought. Like, I remember watching we did the Icelandic League about a month ago. We did the Bestadaled Karla, the Icelandic League, and believe me when I say I reckon we could get a bunch of lads in the chat here to have a game against them. They were shocking. They were absolutely dreadful. Like, really, really bad. So yeah, I was surprised by the Icelandic League how bad it was. This one's actually not too bad. I mean, it feels like there's a lot of, if nothing else, there's a lot of energy on the pitch. There's a lot of physicality. The quality in the final ball maybe isn't quite there. The defenders are a little bit reckless, diving in, whatever. But it's all right. It's good. I quite enjoyed this. It's very attacking. I'll give you that as well. Look, there's always, it's like a basketball game. It's a bit end to end. There's been chances for both teams. Cobber, who will win the Premier League? I think it's between Liverpool and City. Kieran, as you are a Liverpool fan, what year would you say was the worst season for Liverpool in terms of league position and bad cup runs? Probably 2000. Was it 2010? Whatever year it was, Roy Hodgson came in. I think it was 2010. Sizwe Shandu. What time was the first goal scored? It was scored on 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Hamza, Isak will soon land, lad. We're winning it all if he does. I think so too. Yeah, if Isak signs, I can't see anyone winning the league or the Champions League other than Liverpool, to be honest. Hamza, did we finish 8th or something that year? I think we were we were 17th, I think, when Kenny Dalglish came in. But yeah, we were 17th, 16th, 17th when Kenny Dalglish came in. We were getting beat by Blackpool and it was bad. It was really bad. 10-11 that. Yeah, there you go. 10-11. Ben's confirmed it. I thought it was around 2010. That time under Roy Hodgson was the darkest time for Liverpool fans because we nearly went bust, for one. We very nearly went bust, and we just had like proper awful players. Like, I remember watching us against Rabotnicki. We played Rabotnicki and we had Jovanovic, Poulsen, Konchesky, Danny Wilson and Gog. Brad Jones in goal. I think Shelvey was in midfield. It was Spearing. We had honestly, it was a midfield of Shelvey, Spearing and Poulsen. It was a front three of Jovanovic. I think, was Babel still there? I can't remember. It was bad. It was really bad, that. Really, really bad. Lucas, and Burmo hasn't been confirmed at all. What are you waffling about, mate? Who said Burmo's been confirmed? He's not been confirmed yet, but he has pretty much, hasn't he? It's as good as. It's as good as. Hamza, worst time to be in school and all that era. Well, I was going to say I'd left school by that point, to be fair. Nothing to shout about apart from Gerrard and 05. Well, yeah. We had a good... When I was just leaving school, Liverpool had a decent run. We'd won 5 trophies in 2001. We'd beat United in a cup final around 2003. We obviously won the Champions League 2005. We'd finished second in the league behind Arsenal. We'd finished above United, I think 2002. So, we were a decent side kind of just as I was leaving school. And then as I went into college, we became an even better side. We actually competed for the Premier League again with the Torres Gerrard side. Mascherano, Alonso, Gerrard in midfield. Loved it. Sadly, it just wasn't quite good enough. Ben, such a bad group of players then. Wow, I remember being made up. We signed Joe Cole on a free. That's how bad that period of time was. Joe Cole was a rat, wasn't he? He was shocking. Right, hang on, one sec. Joe, we are saying that's bad, mate. We had Emmanuel Riviere as our starting striker. I remember him, yeah, Riviere. Had some bad players. To be honest, there's been every club's had him, haven't they? Riviere. Didn't you have... who was the other the other fella you had? Around about that time as well. Oh, I'm trying to think now. Jamie Dirk Kuyt was class when he played for Liverpool. I love Dirk Kuyt. I used to get so much stick because I was basically a Dirk Kuyt super fan basically for Liverpool at that point. Loved him. He was always a player you could absolutely guarantee he would work really hard and put 110% in. Great ball in, cleared away by Auda. Jake Plank, 96. Who is the worst Premier League signing of the last 10 years in your opinion? Probably Pogba, It's Pogba 2015-16. Pogba's up there. I'd say Anthony is maybe up there as well, even though he's actually kind of redeemed himself. Sancho's probably not far behind. It's definitely going to be a United one, isn't it? Definitely going to be a United one. They've got about 50 bad signings. Sanchez would be another one. Alexis Sanchez was a bad one. Lukaku, Maguire. Lukaku to Chelsea probably wasn't a great one. Grealish for 100 million. I mean, I know he won a lot, but Grealish for 100 million is not good value. I just feel like Pogba kind of joining for whatever it was, like best part of 100 million. I mean, in current football money, Pogba's signing would have been about £130 million. What a shot! Very nearly a 2-1 there from Auda. Great shot from distance. That was very nearly Zidane-esque. Little knock up on the volley. The ball came to him and he kind of let it roll up his body and then smashed it on the swivel on the volley. Dipped under the just over the crossbar. Really unlucky that. Would have been a great goal. Koba Kurtzidze, Real Madrid or Barcelona? I don't like either, if I'm really honest. If you're forcing me into a corner, I'll pick Barca, but I don't like either. I do not like either. Barcelona are shocking. They're shocking. Not as a team, just annoying. Just annoying, really. Hamza, you live somewhere else and all. What do you mean I live somewhere else? That guy Jack562, which is the better title rivalry, early 2000s, Arsenal v United, or current Liverpool v City? Liverpool v City. Liverpool v City in terms of quality. I think Arsenal United probably had a bit more feistiness to it, maybe. Because Pep and Klopp were always like bezzy mates, weren't they? There was always that respect. Whereas I think, Ferguson and Wenger at different points wanted to kill each other. But, Pep and Klopp, I think, are the best two managers in terms of a rivalry. Wenger was very good, but I don't think he was as good as Klopp. And he wasn't as good as Pep. So, as good as Alex Ferguson was, I'd still say Alex Ferguson is the best manager in the history of Prem. But, in terms of a rivalry, he pretty much dominated Wenger, didn't he? Whereas I feel like Klopp Klopp got the better of Pep in a lot of the games, to be honest. A lot of the head-to-heads, we beat City. A lot of the European games, the big European nights, we beat City. Obviously, they had the upper hand in the league, but a lot of the times it was done, but it was like a point, wasn't it? It was literally 2 times it was a point. It was so close between Liverpool and City. And we got 2, they got 4 in the last 6 years, is it? So, yeah, I mean, look, I think City and Liverpool very, very close over the last 6 years. It's not been much. And if not for that, even if you just say in that one season, in that that's a shocking free kick. Free kick 30 yards out, and when I tell you that went about 70 yards over the bar and 70 yards wide, I'm not even kidding. He's literally ran up to it and shanked it, just smashed it. It's nearly gone out the stadium. Unbelievable. Oh, live is in TikTok live. Sorry, yeah. I was thinking, how do you know where to live? Gouffran, yes, Johan Gouffran, that was the one. Hamza, are you live somewhere else? Yes, I am live. I'm live, mate, in multiple places. So I'm live on YouTube. On YouTube, there's a slightly different camera angle, slightly different view. So on TikTok, you get that view because I can't show the sponsor on TikTok. But on YouTube, on Twitch, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, they get a scoreboard, they get better camera angle, they get better audio quality. It's a bit better. Most people start on TikTok and gravitate over to YouTube. But yes, I am live on YouTube as well, and there's a lot of chat coming in on there as well. Hamza, Lukaku maybe failed at Chelsea and United for big money. I don't know if he failed, though. I don't know if that's fair to say he failed, because he still did all right at United. If you look at his actual numbers at United, he was okay. The problem was, I think Mourinho failed and various others failed at Man United, and because of that, Lukaku just got moved on. But he scored, he's done numbers, Lukaku, wherever he's been. He's a top centre-forward, Lukaku. I just don't feel like any team, other than Everton and Inter Milan, none of them have really got the best out of him. And he's always been better than that. Everton and Inter Milan have got the best out of Lukaku over the years. Jamie Anderson, Wilfred Bonny's got to be up there, but I'd say Anthony or Di Maria. Di Maria was such a good player, though. I can't bring myself to say Di Maria. And Anthony, I still think's a good player. Ben, where's the sponsor badge and QR? Because I take it off now. Because like midstream, because it's a long story. I'll tell you. It's a long story. I'll tell you off. I'll message you. Bobo, that Atletico Madrid shirt was my first football shirt. Nice. Reminds me of Aguero. Yes, I am on Twitch as well, Hamza. Jake Pike, most embarrassing name you've got on the back of your shirt? Most embarrassing name? I never really got anyone on the back of the shirt. Yeah, I never really got names on the back of a shirt. Yeah, I don't know. I've not really got any. I have got some, but they're only players who I really, really liked at that time. And to be honest, they've aged well. I've got Golovin. I've got Golovin on the back of the Monaco one because I thought he was going to be better after Russia. Did really well at the World Cup and stuff, but he never quite kicked on. But yeah, I got Golovin on the back of a Monaco shirt. Joseph Vickers, how's it going, Joseph? Good to see you, mate. Good news about Branthwaite signing his contract, and obviously good news about Garner Gay. It looks like Gay's going to sign as well. Jake, my uncle got me an Adam Johnson City shirt for Christmas one year. Your uncle as well. Whoa! Jamie, have you seen what Crawley Town have posted about Modric on their Twitter? No, what have they said? That guy Jack 562, Ferguson and Wenger was going on one. I was going 1-on-1. Arsenal 0-2. Arsenal 0-1, 0-2 and 0-3 United, 0-4 Arsenal, etc. Yeah, but that lasted alright. That lasted like 4 years. I mean, for the most part though, United absolutely dominated them. I don't think it was all that. It wasn't as close as Liverpool and City, and also in that time, those two didn't dominate Europe where City and Liverpool did. Liverpool and City were getting to Champions League finals on the regular. Whereas, United and Arsenal weren't in those moments. Tuesday, for you, the best 3 clubs ever. Best 3 clubs ever. Liverpool. Best clubs. Such a subjective one, that one. Best clubs. I don't know. I only really like Liverpool. I haven't really got an opinion on the other two. I don't like Real Madrid and Barcelona. I don't like them. Corrupt. And do you know what else they are as well? Entitled. Very entitled, I feel like. There's a sense of entitlement about Barca and Real Madrid that I just don't like. Don't like it. Hamza, West Brom did well with him. Yes, West Brom did. I agree with that. Yeah, West Brom did get the best out of him. Tom Gay walks into Liverpool's team. Konate walks out. It looks like it. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Very sad to hear that as well, by the way. I'm hoping that Konate stays, but I do think he might end up leaving. Ernest, Latvia. How's it going, Ernest? Good to see you again, mate. Hamza, remember the Konoplyanka, Alex Teixeira era? Yeah, so close to signing them two, weren't we? That guy Jack, Liverpool, AC Milan, and if you don't like Madrid, then Bayern. Jamie Anderson, I bet you'll hate Madrid even more now as well because of Trent. And they're probably going to pinch Konate from us as well, Jamie. So yeah, I don't like Real Madrid. Don't like him. And they've taken Owen off us. They took McManaman off us. It looks like they're going to take... they took Trent off us. It looks like they're going to take Konate off us. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating losing all your best players for free to a team that's undoubtedly bigger than you. Just kind of frustrating. It's kind of like when I don't know if any of you have got big brothers, but do you know when you like, if you have my big brother, we used to scrap when we were little, and he used to do that thing where he kind of put his hand on your head, on your head, and you'd be like swinging, like trying to like fight and whatever, and he'd just be there, just holding you at a distance. Just feels a little bit like that with Liverpool and Real Madrid at the minute. Like we'll get a dig in occasionally, but we beat them in the Champions League last season, but that was about it. Every time we get to a European final, they beat us in the most awful, humiliating way as well. Even though I believe we were better than them, especially in Paris, we were better than them. I thought in Kiev we were better than them, to be honest. If not for Salah getting took off, I thought we were better. Karius as an absolute disaster. And then they take all our best players. So yeah, I don't like Real Madrid. I'm bitter. I hate Real Madrid for that reason. So maybe I do prefer Barca, just ever so slightly. Hamza, I reckon they try Soberslai soon. Sobbo, Trent, Bromance, and McAllister too. Yeah, there's a lot of players Real Madrid will want to take from Liverpool because we're a good side. There's always going to be players that they'll want to take. Jake Pike 96 is the entitlement of Madrid and Barcelona for me. It's the expectation that everyone will cave in. And the annoying thing is that they always do, don't they? That's the thing. When they shout, they generally get what they want. That guy Jack, I watched the Madrid game yesterday. Trent was actually class in most areas, somehow defensively too. Yeah. Frank Martin, how's it going? Il Chiari, 1 goal, Lazim. I don't know what that means, Frank. I can't, whatever language that is, man. I don't speak it. Niet spreken the Latvian. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's 2-0. It's 2-0 to Riga. And they've battered him, to be honest, for the most part. It's been good. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, by the way, I mentioned this yesterday. But I have got I've been monetized on YouTube now. The channel's grown really, really quickly in 6 months, right? It's grown really, really quickly in 6 months. So, again, I'm not saying it to say anything. I'm really not. I'm just saying it to say. Some people asked, why can't we do super chats here? Why can't we do super stickers? Well, you can now. You can do super chats and super stickers on YouTube. Please don't feel obliged to do so. it's just there now. I have turned them on because I've actually qualified for monetization, because we've grown incredibly quickly with your help, the community's help, from watching so many of these games, and being part of this great community. I've really enjoyed it. Massive thank you to all of yous. And I've been able to turn monetization on. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm making anything, because I'm really not. I don't make a penny from this. But, you know, I can do in time. It basically means that someone said to me, do you know what, yeah, you're doing all right. You can make a little bit of money from this, but not for a long while yet. So keep doing it. Stay humble. Keep doing what you're doing. Jake, congratulations, mate. Discovered this community when I was going through a rough time. All the best. Oh, bloody hell, Jake. Oh, mate, well, that makes me feel a whole lot. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, mate. Hope you're doing better anyway, and hey, we'll always be here for you, if nothing else. I can't promise much else, but we'll always be here watching crap footy for you, if you want to have a natter. ZQXV, hi Key, how's your day been? All right, mate. Yeah, how's your day been? Most importantly, my day's been a bit mad. Yeah, I keep going dizzy. Keep getting funny dizzy spells. I don't know why it is, but I'm all right. Like, your Samuel, your Prem Dad, hard work really does pay off. Fully monetized or just super chats? I am fully monetized. Yeah, I'm fully monetized. But you only get paid. The way that it works is you get paid like per 1,000 views, and to be honest, mate, I don't make anywhere. We've only been going 6 months, so the views are nowhere near like, if you look at what people can earn. That I am nowhere near that. I'll be lucky if I'm clearing like £100 a month, which, you know, I've got a wife, a daughter, a household to support. £100 a month maybe buys us it might get us a full tank of fuel, and it might buy us, you know, beans on toast for the month at a push. So I'm still on beans on toast. I mean, I'm not flying. We're not going to Barbados on holiday or anything. But it's a start, isn't it? It's a start, if nothing else. I quit my job to start this channel. It was a very, very big move, maybe a stupid move, who knows. Very, very silly move, but I did it to try and live the dream, and that is step one, isn't it? Step one, and if you've been here for that, then you've been along the way. So I massively, massively appreciate everyone who has been here on the channel. I really, really do, from the heart. I'm not just saying that. I really, really do appreciate it. Even if all you do is watching for the rest of the time you're together, I massively appreciate it, because every view helps. Wim, hello mate, how's the Club Bruges fan is back, good to see you. Samir X69, don't forget me when you're famous, I'm one of the OG. You are, Samir. And listen, I will not forget, even if I do get, I'm being honest, let's say famous, there's not going to be any fame. I reckon at a push, at the absolute peak of my Premier League dad powers, the absolute most that I can hope for is maybe a substitute appearance at Soccer Aid. And I'll take that. I'll take that right now. If I get Soccer Aid famous, I'll take that. But I don't think I will. I'll be happy enough with a moderate amount of, maybe I can open a co-op one day where I'm from in St Helens. That's the level of fame I aspire to be. Wim, what are we watching? We are watching the Latvian League, mate. It has just finished at half-time. It's Auda 0, Riga 2. The clock's gone funny as well. That's right, so stop, and it's half-time. 2-0 to Riga. And there you go. Diabeto, McAllister was top 3 midfielders this season for sure. Completely agree. That guy, Jack562, Arsenal are interested in Anthony Gordon. Anyone but a striker. Again, yeah, hopefully so. I think Anthony Gordon to Arsenal would be a good move for him and for Arsenal, to be honest. I think he's better than Martinelli, you know. He's better than Martinelli. Lou Harwood, we had that debate with Baines versus Robertson for sure. I mean, Baines was a good player. Baines was a very, very good player, but I don't think he's not Andy Robertson. Yeah, he's not Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson holds the assist record for a reason, doesn't he? Leighton Baines was terrific, though. Yeah, absolutely terrific. Very underrated player. Could have been a lot, and no disrespect to Everton, could have played a lot higher. I think Everton fans would hold that up as well and say he really could have. Very good player, very likeable player, and obviously committed his career to Everton. But he was a really good player, Leighton Baines. But I don't think he's in the Ashley Cole, Dennis Irwin, Andy Robertson, like greatest left back of all time Premier League conversation. And even, to be honest, I'd still say Ashley Cole wins that anyway. Everton 428, Coleman new contract. Yeah, I like to see that. I'm glad to see that. Coleman leading Everton out at Bramley Moor. That's what it's about. That's not Bramley Moor, is it? The Hill Dickinson, sorry. Coleman leading Everton out at the Hill Dickinson. Yeah, I like it. Jake Pike 96, bigger than Goldbridge, mate, and you actually know football. Well, I mean, the channel's not about Liverpool, so I think that sometimes hurts the channel a little bit. The fact that we're not a one-club channel. Most channels are, aren't they? Most channels are like United, the United Stand, AFTV, and all. It's all one club, and they tend to get, people who want to live inside an echo chamber. That's why I started this, because it feels like there wasn't really a channel for all sorts of football fans to come together and talk about everything, all the football news, all of it. So yeah, I do. I think there's time. There's a place for this channel anyway. Jake Pike 96, will there be a Premier League Dad FPL, mate? There will, yeah. We're doing an FPL and we're doing a prediction league for the start of the new season. So if you want to be in them, you have to follow over on YouTube. Make sure you've subscribed over on YouTube. All the information will be out over there. I probably will bring it out on TikTok as well, but it's going to be out over on YouTube. You've got to be following over on YouTube for that if you want to be in it. Gura, you watch a lot of football. Do you agree with me? Scott McTominay is overrated. I'm not sure he is overrated. No, I think he's if anything, he's underrated. Scott McTominay, good player. Yeah, very decent player. You don't achieve what he did at Napoli last season by being overrated. I think he was very underrated at Man United. That guy Jack 562. Robbo is reportedly willing to leave now they've signed Kirkes. I don't think so. I think Robbo stays. Yeah, I think Robbo stays. Lou Harwood, Baines done it at a harder time against better teams, crossing it to average players. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, Lukaku wasn't an average player, was he? Baines was pouring it in for Lukaku for a large part of his Everton career. That's not... I don't think that's... Yeah, I wouldn't say it's against average players. He had a very decent side for a lot of the time Leighton Baines was at Everton. Yeah. Lou, I'd love to get in a proper debate with it, but too much to type. Well, look, you're an Everton fan, I'm a Liverpool fan. We're probably never going to agree on it, mate. I will absolutely concede that Leighton Baines was a terrific player, could have played at a higher level. Maybe if he had gone to a Man United when he was, Moyes wanted to take him. Maybe if he had gone on to a, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but a quote-unquote bigger team, Champions League, all that sort of thing, which I think he could have done. If he had done that, maybe he would have got more England caps. Maybe we would have seen a better side to his game that he could kick on and be, play at the highest level. He never did that. He stayed at Everton. He stayed loyal to Everton, and you have to respect that too. He was a very, very good left back, even all things considered. I just don't think you can ever say that he was, Ashley Cole, Dennis Irwin, Andy Robertson. They for me are the holy triumvirate of left backs in the Premier League. And to be honest, I'd still say Ashley Cole and Dennis Irwin were better than Andy Robertson, but I love Andy Robertson. He's one of my favourite Liverpool players ever. That guy Jack 562, New York Red Bulls are in talks to sign Werner. That's bad, isn't it? That is grim. Chelsea forever. I hope Leeds get relegated. No one needs Red Bull in football, really. You don't think Leeds... I don't know. I think Leeds will be all right, Leeds should be okay. Football Master Seb, Messi or Ronaldo? I like both. Yeah, I haven't really got... I can't say fingers in the drawer either of them because I really like Ronaldo, and yeah, I don't think there's a clear winner. Personally, I reckon I'd choose Ronaldo. Yeah. But it's very close, and I really like Messi. Lou, good players, but not world class. Also, one player to cross to compared to 3 or 4 class players. It's probably fair. And again, but isn't that kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy almost? Like, you can't really win. If you say that some players are only good because they play in a great side, that's, they can't really. They've got no way of proving otherwise, have they? They've got no way of ever, demonstrating that. Leighton Baines, you could argue he shone because he was in a crap side for the most part. So the argument works in the inverse, doesn't it? I'm not saying that is the case, by the way, that he was in a crap side. I'm saying if your argument is that Andy Robertson was only as good as he was because he was in such a great side, you could also argue the opposite. And I think for balance, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Andy Robertson, I think if you'd have put him in an Everton side over the last 10 years, I think he still would have been fantastic. I think he still would have been just as good as Leighton Baines. If you'd have put Leighton Baines in Liverpool's team over the last 10 years, maybe he'd have been just as good as Robertson. I don't know. Kieran, I've just seen a rumour of Amari Hutchinson to Everton. I hope not, to be honest. Oh, yeah, that'd be great for Everton. That Amari Hutchinson would be a great signing for them. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? They really, really do need width and pace, Everton. I mean, they need bodies more than anything. They need bodies in. They've got 11 players who've left the club. Or is it 10? No, I think it's 10 now. Garner Gay's staying. But, 10 players to have left the club and they've not really replaced them with any. They've not made any new signings. Kenny Tetty, he looks like he might be staying at Fulham now. Alcaraz they've signed, but they had him last year anyway. Just feels like they've got a big, big gap in the squad, and they need to start replacing him. Otherwise, they might be down there again. Everton. Jake, do you think we judge fullbacks differently now because of the numbers Trent and Robbo have put up? Yeah, I think, and that's why I think Trent and Robbo have both kind of well, not Robbo as such, but certainly Trent. Trent has redefined what we expect from fullbacks now. I think we have seen a little bit of that. Over the last 5 or 6 years, the evolution of the fullback. Your Samuel, which player do you wish played for Liverpool? Please say Ronaldo. Which player do I wish played for Liverpool? Messi or Ronaldo? I'd rather Messi have played for Liverpool. Yeah, because Ronaldo, as good as he was, and I think there's an argument to say that at his peak, I think he was better and maybe more suited to the Premier League. And he did it in the Premier League, didn't he? Messi never did. I don't know. I love both. I love both of them. Everton 428, Tierno Barry. Do you know what? I have bigged up Tierno Barry on this channel for months. And this isn't a lie, mate. You can go back. I have got receipts to prove it. You can go back to my channel in January. 6 months ago, I was banging the drum for Tierno Barry and saying what a fantastic player he was. He was going to be a top signing for the Premier League team this season. And I've got to be dead honest, I've watched him. I watched quite a bit of him last season for Villarreal, and a good player he was. But we watched him in the under-21s for France. Oh, he's a donkey. He was a donkey. Honestly, he missed so many for France. He was absolutely dreadful. He's 6 foot. Is he 6'6"? I think he's 6'6" or 6'7". He's a big lad. Very big lad. And I think he's going to be a bit like Lassina Traore for Everton. So if he does go to Everton, 40 million quid feels like a lot of money for Tierno Barry now. I might just be changing my opinion on him a little bit, but yeah. Be interesting to see how he does. That guy, Jack, have you seen Ronaldo's new contract? It's actually mad. Yeah, huge amount of money, isn't it? Jake Pike, did you see Cherky's nutmeg yesterday? It was disgusting. Love it. Lou Harwood, hate that Ronaldo done it in the Prem BS. Messi done it in the Champions League against the greatest Prem sides ever. But so did Ronaldo. You say that, Messi did it in the Champions League, but he didn't do it on a cold, wet and windy night at Stoke, did he? That's the thing. I just feel like that is valid. I feel like the Premier League has been the best league in the world to watch. Ronaldo's done it in Italy. He's done it in Spain. He's done it in England. And Messi's only done it in Spain and France. So, I don't know. I don't feel like there's loads separating it. I'll say that. I don't feel like you can sit there and say Ronaldo is absolutely garbage and Messi is so far clear of him, or vice versa. It's anyone who says that is overly dramatic, as far as I'm concerned. You're about as dramatic as a teenage girl. You need to wind your neck in. So I don't think there is a difference that size between the two. The two are incredibly close. Both very good players. And yeah, I do. I think Ronaldo at his absolute peak, he was brilliant. Messi at his peak was incredible. Can't really separate him. So I'd say that. Owen Barnes, Messi is clear. Well, there you go. Lou Harwood, Salah did, Mane did, Hazard did, all similar build, and they're nowhere near Messi. So I know, but I don't really understand that argument, to be honest. Assassin, is not the season over for everyone? Nope, the season is still going for many, many teams. Yours, Samuel. Oh, from the Prem. Which Premier League player do you wish played for Liverpool? Premier League player. Thierry Henry. Yeah. And to be honest, Thierry Henry said that himself, didn't he? Thierry Henry said, he was asked, I think it was on the Champions League final, they asked him, if you could have played for any other team, which team would you wish you would have played for? And he said Liverpool. Thierry Henry. They all want to play. They all want to come and play for Liverpool. Gura, Messi has more goals against the top six in the Prem, though. It's fine. It doesn't mean that much to me, to be honest. A big chunk of them were scored against Arsenal as well. that horrendous Arsenal side. Jake Pike 96. I'd like to see Messi deal with big Ryan Shaw cross on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Messi got kicked to crap in La Liga as well. Like, I'm not saying he wouldn't have been able to deal with it. He absolutely would. I just would have liked to see how he'd have coped with it in the Premier League. That's all. I'm not saying he wouldn't have dealt with it. I just would have liked to see it. But obviously we can't do that now. Can't do that. Finn4447, what do you think about Barry then? Yeah, mate, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it quite a bit on this channel for a long while. As I was just saying to the fella in the YouTube chat here, he asked about Tierno Barry. I've got videos going back to January where we've mentioned Barry and what a great player he is at Villarreal. Good young player, could do well in the Prem. I think I mentioned him as a possible West Ham target back then. He'd do well for West Ham as like a hold-up player. He's a very David Moyes type centre-forward, I think. Oh, but I tell you what, we've watched him in the under-21s. He's shocking. He has been shocking in the under-21s. And I mean bad. Like, I'm not just overplaying it, I mean bad. He has missed some monster chances. Like, absolute sitters. Looks like Umar Niasse up front. Like, just a total donkey up front. But he's been brilliant for Villarreal. I'll preface that by saying that for a season at Villarreal, he's been incredible. And I watched a bit of him at Bâle as well. He was good at Bâle. He was really good at Villarreal last season. And he could be fantastic in the Prem. But he's had a bad tournament. He's had a really bad tournament. And I guess you don't know what we're going to get with him. Lou, you're saying Messi can't, he's too small, too weak, so I mentioned small, weaker players who have. I didn't say he was too small, too weak. No, I didn't say he was too small or too weak. He could come to the Prem now and score 15. Possibly, yeah. I would argue Ronaldo could as well. I would argue Ronaldo could in his 40s and he'd still do 15. Lou, Ronaldo wasn't even the second best between 2014 to 2018. You should know who was better between those years. Lou, are you going to tell me Neymar was better? Are you going to try and tell me that Neymar was better, Lou? Finn, I wish we signed Voltamade. Voltamade's not going to go to Everton. With the greatest will in the world. His star's too quick. Lou, Suarez was better. Fair enough. At least I thought you was going to say Neymar. I was going to say that's the end of our conversation if you're saying Neymar. But no, listen, I don't disagree with you. Suarez was very, very good, but I don't think he was at any point really ever better than Ronaldo. Ronaldo was incredible. He was absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'm not sitting here making a case that Ronaldo's better than Messi. I'm not making a serious case that Ronaldo's better than Messi. I think both were probably both are certainly the two greatest players of my lifetime. Loved watching them. Can't really separate them. And the only thing that tells me for sure, I don't know. For me, I don't think you can separate them. And I always feel like, I don't know. Yours, Samuel, last minute penalty to save your life. Who's taking it? Last minute penalty to save my life. Do you know what? Probably Dennis Irwin. Probably Dennis Irwin. He didn't miss many. Dennis Irwin could put a penalty away. Giuseppe, go Liverpool. I love the PSG shirt. Cheers, Giuseppe. Good to see you, man. Noah Searson, I want Voltamade. Voltamade's going to Bayern. Sadly, he's going to Bayern. We're back off for the second half here in Riga. Auda 0, Riga 2. Please, if you haven't yet, get over to YouTube, click like, click subscribe. You can massively help me out. And vote in the poll. I'm going to be putting a poll up now on YouTube. So let's do a poll for oh, can I not do any more? Oh, that's rubbish. Thought I could do 4 options. I can't do 4 options. That's rubbish. Oh, I can. No, I can't. Jake Pike, C City are back in for Livramento. They're not going to be able to afford him. Nowhere. Lou Harwood, Baines, 20 out of 22. One he scored but got own goal. Technically 21 out of 22. Also the one that got saved was by the best keeper in the world at the time. Interesting. Yeah, Leighton Baines could take a penalty, couldn't he? Unzi could score a penalty, couldn't he? He was another one who had a decent pen on him. Unzi. D. Wills, is Alexander the Great going to leave Newcastle? I think he will, yeah. I think he will. I think he is going to put a transfer request in at some point. Yours, Samuel, the YouTube experience is better. Thank you very much, Samuel. Why is the time paused? No, the time it's my fault. There you go. It should be back started again. It's because I'm creating a poll on YouTube for people to go and vote in. Right, there you go. So we've got the poll. The poll question right now on YouTube, by the way, is who is going to win the Premier League next season? Let me know, who do you think is going to win the Premier League next season? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be City? Is it going to be Arsenal? Or is it going to be someone else? Let me know in the comments which one you think. Go and vote. We've got till full time in this game. We've got another 40 minutes in this game to decide. And let me know what you're thinking. I want to get your opinion. Who do we think is going to win the Premier League next season? Get over to YouTube at Premier League Dad and vote. Let me know what you're thinking. Lou, I'll bet you Vert now will score 10 plus next season. You think Vert will get 10 plus? I think a good player, Vert, but I'm kind of a little bit hesitant, you know. A little bit hesitant on exactly what to expect from him. Just because of the system that we play is so different to Leverkusen's. So I'm kind of I'm not sure what we're going to get from him. I'm hoping he's going to be like a worldie, but I don't know yet. Finn4447, Everton. Jake, I heard Isak hates the colour red. Well, that's a bigger question. Where do we think Everton finish next season? Because now we've got a few Everton fans in the chat. I don't know how we've managed to acquire you, but it's good. Like, I really, really do hope that you stick around, because I'm a Liverpool fan, but we like talking about all footy teams, and it's good to have a bit of balance, if nothing else, a bit of banter. Can see a Coutinho in him. Yeah, he is the closest thing I've seen to Coutinho, definitely. So I mean, but you know, he could be a bit of a. He could be all flair and no end product. I mean, I don't know. I've seen him in the Bundesliga. He's done wonderfully well, but I do just think that there may be a question of how he performs. That's going to be a little bit of an unusual one. We'll have to see. Lou, you think 10th, top 6, then Newcastle, Brighton, Villa, then us? Top 6, Newcastle, Brighton, Villa, then us. You think Villa are going to finish 9th? You think Villa are going to struggle then? Overtime, Wayne Rooney is better than Messi. I think if I would, you know what? I think if you were asking me which player would I want, in a five-a-side, it'd be Messi. But I think, yeah, you know, there's not many players more I'd want on my team than Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's got something a bit different to Messi, hasn't he? But I'm not sure if I'd pick Rooney over Messi. Caleb, when's the Ballon d'Or ceremony? I believe it's October. I think it's October. Still quite a way off. Your Samuel, Liverpool are surely winning the Prem. The only question is who's going to finish second. No, I think whoever doesn't win the Prem finishes. That's such a what a ridiculous statement that was, Kieran. What an absolutely ridiculous comment that was. I let that got half out of my mouth, and I was thinking that, well, of course, whoever doesn't win the Premier League finishes second. Well, yeah, obviously, what a surprise. That's a big shout, isn't it? I was going to go for, if Liverpool don't win it, they'll finish second. If City don't win it, they'll finish second. That's kind of the point I'm making. I don't see Arsenal finishing second. I think they'll really struggle. Jake, I think Everton will do similar to what they've done the last few seasons. Yeah, I can't see Everton finishing higher than maybe 15th. I think the bottom few, and the big part of that is just because I don't know how much money you've got. I don't know how much money Everton have got. And you've got 10 players you need to replace in the squad. And with those 10 players, if you say 15 to 20 million quid per player, it's 200 million quid. Your best part of 200 million quid you've got to chuck at that squad just to make it, like, maybe ready to compete in the Prem again. And they're on about spending maybe 40 million on Barry. So I just feel like for Everton to get anywhere close to staying up and thriving in the Premier League and not maybe being in a, I don't necessarily think they'll go down, but I think they'll be in a fight again. I think they're going to struggle. They're going to have to make some free signings, some cheap signings, some sort of 5 million quidders and stuff like that, and just take a chance on a couple of young players. That's what's going to happen with Everton. They're going to have to, and they're going to have to get the big signings right. And that's kind of where I'm a little bit concerned with Tierno Barry. Because if Tierno Barry comes in, I don't think he comes in and blows the Premier League away. You know, he's not going to come in and score absolutely loads. He's going to be one who comes in and takes a bit of time to get going. Probably do better than Calvert-Lewin and Beto did, mind, but yeah, I'm not sure he's. I'm not sure Everton do finish in the top half for sure. I think it's going to be maybe more lower bottom half again. Jake, I think Arsenal are going to be a problem next season. A problem for who? A problem for Arsenal? A problem for Arteta? Lou, since Moyes came in, we were 6th best in the Prem. He will have us a hard team to beat again. But since Moyes has come in, you've also sold 10 players, haven't you? Or you've let 10 players go from that squad, and those 10 players played big parts in Moyes' squad. You can't deny that. You know, Michael Keane did play a fair bit towards the end of the season. Chance here for Riga. Oh, unlucky, nearly 3-0. Decore played a lot. You know, we don't know what happens with Garnagay. He might stay, but certainly Decore, Keane, Harrison. It just feels like you're going to have to sign maybe 2 or 3 more players on loan, plus a couple of small signings like 5 to 10 mils, and then maybe 2 or 3 like Tierno, Barry, half decent ones. But I agree. I think they may have to be Branthwaite. Johnny, they should sell Branthwaite to United for 20 million. I think Branthwaite might have to go to justify the spending that Everton want to do. Here we go. Auda are in here. Could be a chance. Great finish. 2-1 here. Auda have smashed it in. It's 2-1, and we've got a game on here in Latvia. It's game on in Riga. It's Rudes up front. Rudes who scored it. What's that, Jake? Yo, Samuel, do you watch any football content creators on YouTube or TikTok? Yeah, I watch quite a few, but not maybe not as much as I used to, because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch them for like ideas and stuff like that. I do watch a few, but not like religiously. Emirhan Beyrambi, hi from Turkey. Hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Yo, Samuel, the 2-0 theory. The 2-0 theory? What's the 2-0 theory? It's harder to... What? I don't know. Explain. Ty Palfreyman, do you think Derby will go to the Prem? Sadly not. Not for a while, no. I think they're struggling. Noah Searson, thoughts on Elise? Very, very good player. Lou Harwood, Beto had Dyke and Kanate on toes for a while at Anfield. Not sure why they couldn't stop him. Honestly, mate, I think it's one of them maybe where if you just kind of... I think they thought they had him. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like... it's kind of like these South American... No disrespect to Beto. It feels like these South American teams in the Club World Cup who are giving, top European sides a game. I think PSG rocked up against Botafogo and just thought, it's Botafogo. It's Botafogo. And then all of a sudden, Botafogo are like... They're in form, they're playing really well. You kind of look at it and think, oh Christ, they're doing all right. They're mid-season. PSG have took their eye off it, and all of a sudden they've given them a game. So I think that's kind of what happened with Beto and Van Dijk a little bit. That they maybe just thought, if we've got these, they're not even attacking. They're sitting back. They've come here for a draw. They're sitting back, and then all of a sudden it was one ball over the top, and Beto was in. And Van Dijk and Kanate like, Jesus Christ, where's this guy come from? But his movement was really good, Beto. Especially the Derby goal at Goodison. That was unbelievable, that. Really, really smart play, that, from Everton. Robbie, what match are you watching? We're watching Latvian football. Yeah, we're watching Auda against Riga. Lou Harwood, is that the 06 Copite kit, top left? It's 06-07, I think, that one. Joni, that it's the most dangerous scoreline in football, maybe, yeah. Good teams win 1-0. That was the old expression, wasn't it, back in the day? Yo, Samuel, like if a team is 2-0 up and they concede a goal, it's very likely they'll lose the match. Someone on Twitter said it. Not sure these lose it, but it is dangerous. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Yes, I take your point, Joni. Part of it's valid, but it's mostly the mental stuff you'd expect professionals to be above. Interesting. Jake got into a position where those that want it can't get there, says Simon Jordan. Oh, we're on about Simon Jordan's. This is Simon Jordan's statement. If you open the Premier League for business, then you've opened it for business. Now to shut it again and suggest that you control it and control ambition, I'm not comfortable with it anymore. Well, again, nobody's bothered what Simon Jordan thinks about it. Nobody's bothered. It is absolutely the right thing that you have to control it. You can't just have it unmitigated, just owners spending whatever they want. That's not good for football. So Simon Jordan disagrees. I think the rest of the football world does not want teams just spending whatever they can. That's not good for football. And there you go, Jake. Not often I agree with Simon Jordan. He's hit the nail on the head. Key won't agree, though he likes his advantages. It's not about advantages. It's not about advantages. It's about not... Listen, a Premier League where Newcastle are the best team in the league is not good for the Premier League. It's not good for the Premier League. It's bad. It's bad for business. It's bad for business to have Newcastle top of the Premier League. Very bad. Very, very bad. Lou, only Everton can be 2 up to 87 minutes and lose 3-2 multiple times. Oh, that Bournemouth game was hard. Mate, even for me, that was heartbreaking last season. I was watching that Bournemouth game thinking, oh my life, how have they done this? We're the best in the world at that. Thank you for the heart, whoever's just sent that through. 1 second, I'll have a look. Thank you for sending the heart through. Chris, thoughts on Burnley's new signings? I think they'll stay up, honestly. Oh, have you sold a Stev yet? Have you sold a Stev? Has he gone? Egan Riley's gone. I know Egan Riley's gone, and obviously Trafford looks like he's going. The goalkeeper I'm not sure about just yet. I don't know how good of a signing he will be, but no, I don't think... I think Burnley need to do a little bit more. I'll say that. Burnley need to do a little bit more. So, Joni, Simon Jordan is a muppet. Totally agree. Who do you think really ends up paying for these inflated transfer fees? There you go. There you go. Absolutely right. Lou, I knew we would do it. I've been there under Martinez. Game after game, we dominated too. Bobby Brown shoes. Love Bobby Brown shoes. M157, how are you doing, legend? Mate, I'm doing very good. How are you doing, legend, more importantly? Lamin Yamal, hi, mate. What are we watching? We are watching the Latvian League. We're watching 4th placed in the Latvian League, FK Auda. Football Clubs Auda. I don't know if that's a Latvian accent. I had to go with it. FK Auda against Riga. And Riga are 2-1 up. It's been a very, very good game, to be honest. That's been really good. Jake, isn't 2-0 the most dangerous result in a first leg over 2 ties? Probably would have been back in the day when you could actually have a, an away goals counted sort of thing. Maybe then it would have mattered, but probably not so much anymore, sadly. Ben, the Dutch left back is decent. The Dutch left back? What Dutch left back? What Dutch left back? For the national side? As in Jorrel Hato? We on about that Dutch left back? Who are you on about, Ben? Lou, if only he could defend, we would have been in the Champions League. Finished 5th. Yeah, he never quite got it right, did he, Bobby? Sadly. But you did have, I mean, to be fair, you had Lukaku and you had half-decent attacking players, and then you had, like, Alcaraz at the back. Didn't he have Alcaraz at the back? And Oviedo and stuff like that. He always had, like, just mad defensive players. Like, never quite got them right. For Burnley, new signing. I haven't seen that. Who's the Burnley, the full-back for Burnley? Burnley left back. Burnley new signing. Who is it? Tuanzebe, I've heard. Oh, Hartman. Quillindishi Hartman. I didn't know they'd signed Hartman. Who else have they signed? Transfers. 24-25. Who have they signed? Marcus Edwards. Okay. I'm not sure about Marcus Edwards. It's not a terrible signing, like, but Quillindishi Hartman's not bad yet. Max Weiss, the goalkeeper. Zian Fleming. Not sure about Fleming. Bashir Humphries, Jaden Anthony and Marcus Edwards. Okay, well, there you go. Nathan Redmond's been released. John Joe Shelby's been released. Egan Riley's gone to Marseille. M157, how have you been? I've not been in for a week or so. Been good, mate, yeah. Been very good. I've started getting, I don't know where they've come from. I've started feeling a bit dizzy today. But other than that, no, all good. How are you, more importantly? I get it, mate. Not exactly the same, but NBA's been over a few days and I'm already watching the WNBA. Oh, did you watch the WNBA? Nice. So I'll be honest, I don't know any of the... to be honest, I couldn't tell you many of the NBA teams, so it's nothing to do with the women in the NBA stuff. I couldn't tell you many of the NBA men's teams. Jake, you can stop clubs, or you can't stop clubs like Villa and Newcastle having ambition, though. It's bad for Liverpool, yes, because they expect their yearly loyalties. No, it's not about stopping Villa and Newcastle having ambition. It's stopping Villa and Newcastle going from here to here in one season. It's going to be a penalty, this. The referee's going taking a look at it. Might be a penalty to Riga. I think it is going to be a penalty. He's going taking a look at the monitor. But yeah, that's what it's designed to do, mate. It's designed to have mechanisms there so that Newcastle and Villa can't just like immediately go, right, we've got all this money, we're going to go and be the best team in the Prem. We're going to sign everyone. For me, that's not good for the Prem. That's not healthy. Because then it's not Villa. It's outside the area. That's going to be a free kick. For me, it's not the right thing, and it's not fair either. It's not fair because you've not had to build up to it in the way that other clubs have done. Like, how is it fair that someone like, say, look at the way Bournemouth and Brentford and Brighton have kind of, bought and sold players, and through player transfers and all that sort of thing, they've got progressively better over the years. How is it fair that those clubs have done that and stayed within the lines of PSR, and then all of a sudden Newcastle just land on a big Saudi oil-rich owner and they are immediately up at the top? That don't feel fair to me. That doesn't feel fair. All good for football. Joni, something to fill the time. Has he give a pen? I think he has give a pen here, I know you can't get a free kick from VAR, but he hadn't give the free kick. He hadn't give a penalty. He'd let it play on, right? I think he's explaining to the player here now that it was a foul, but I can't give a penalty because it's outside the area. Yeah, there you go. I think that's what's happening. So it's outside the area. So I don't think we're going to get a penalty. It was a foul, but it was outside the area, so the referee hasn't give the penalty. There you go. That's good use of VAR here in Latvia, would you believe? Very smart use of VAR. Jake, total nonsense. Liverpool were spending 10 million on defenders and goalkeepers. Newcastle paying 15 million, Burn 10 million, Pope. Isn't it ironic only the cartel teams have spent so far? With your logic, we may as well just have 6 teams in the league. No. It's about showing respect to the other teams in the league and doing it the right way. Like a steady progression. That's what it's about. You can progress up the league. Many teams have shown it. Many teams have shown it that there have been lots of fantastic ways to get up the table and get into Europe and all that, and you can get there and sustain it. What you can't do is just spend whatever you want. That's not good. It's not good. Chelsea did it and City did it, and it broke the league. And unfortunately now, yes, those two are there. And I don't think they should be there. But City and Chelsea are there. The answer to that isn't, oh, well, City and Chelsea did it, so we should all be able... No, the answer is, we recognise we got it wrong. City and Chelsea should not be allowed to do that. And as a result, we're going to tighten the rules on them, and for you and everyone else, you've got to play the game. You've got to do it the right way. Joni, something to fill the time till the Prem starts, then the NFL and the NBA. So you like your American sports then, Joni? Nice. My father-in-law likes his American sports. It's not really my thing, to be honest, but he likes them. Lou, can't get a free kick from VAR. Everton should go for Semenyo, 40 million. 40 million doesn't buy Semenyo's left foot. They want 70 million quid for him. 70 million quid for him, they want, Bournemouth. Because they're looking at Mbermo and they're looking at Cunha and they're looking at Eze, who are all going for 60 to 70 million. Semenyo's in that bracket as far as Bournemouth are concerned. And they're also not desperate for money. They've just sold Zabani, Kirkes and Hyson for the best part of 150 million quid. So they're fine. They don't need money. They're absolutely fine. Larkin, thoughts on John Obi Mikel? As a pundit, very, very good. Yeah, as a pundit, he's very, very good. This is another penalty check here. This could be another penalty. I think this is going to be a handball, and it could be a penalty to Riga. But you know what? If he gives the penalty, because it does hit the player's hand, the defender jumps up and he puts his hands in front of his face like this. But there's a player with his foot in his face. You can't give a penalty for that. Can't give a penalty for that. If you're going to give a penalty for it, you have to give the free kick for the high boot. You can't give the penalty for that. That's shocking. Nathan Dobbo Dobson. How's it going, Nathan? Up the toffees. UTFT. Joni, took me some time to overcome the anti-America prejudice, but NFL has quickly become my favourite sport. I think it's quality. Nice. See, I watched when I went to New York and I watched the hockey league game. I watched the New York Rangers, and that was well better than I thought it was going to be. I just went because it was on at Madison Square Garden while we were there, and that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that, and I think if I didn't spend so much time watching footy, I probably could get into the hockey because that was interesting. I really enjoyed that. Jake, we've gone 3 windows, not been able to spend anything after selling £100 million worth of players. Totally wrong. If you think what Simon said is wrong, then you're in dreamland, mate. Well, ask yourself why Newcastle aren't able to spend. Why do you think Newcastle aren't able to spend? Lou Harwood, 70 million is just a skirt off. Throw a 50, £55 million bid in. Yeah, Jake, only Arsenal, Chelsea, United and Spurs have spent more than Newcastle over the last 5 years. You've spent an absolute fortune. Liverpool and City haven't spent... You're saying that only the cartel clubs have spent. That's because Liverpool and City have spent much, much less than Newcastle over the last 5 years. Much, much less. Lou, I spoke about Semenyo 2 years ago, same way I said about Ndai. Class. But Ndai, I know that you've... Listen, Everton fans love Ndai, and I think he's a good player. But are you not a little bit disappointed by him, you know? Are you not a little bit disappointed by him? Like, his output last season was pretty poor for your best player. Like, it was pretty dreadful, to be honest. He got, I think, 1 goal... Or did he get? I don't think he got the same. I think he got the same goal contributions last season as Adama Traore, who's like backup right winger for Fulham. He got the same number of goal contributions as Adama Traore. Like that's, to me, I look at that and I think, Lou, he'll score 15 next season. Well, maybe if he scores 15 next season, you look at it and think, okay, well maybe he could be a really, really good player. But I think last season, I don't think the hype necessarily was justified in the performances for him, because quite a lot of the time, he ended up on... What did he actually end up on? There you go, 9. He got 9 goal contributions last season. And it's not like he was out for a long time either. 9 goal contributions in 33 games for Everton. It's pretty... It's not brilliant, that. It's not brilliant. Especially when you consider... There's plenty of others. I mean, he got... Just to put that in context, that's less than the likes of... scroll down. It's less than Yankuba Minte at Brighton. It's the same as Marcus Rashford for Aston Villa. It's the same as Emile Smith-Rowe. It's the same as... Well, actually, Dwight McNeil did better than Dwight McNeil did much better than than Iliman and Dye, given that he was out for such a long time as well. Jake, you do realise before Mike Ashley we was a Champions League every year and challenging for the league some years. We want a Brighton or Bournemouth man, come on. Hang on a minute. Before Mike Ashley, we was in the Champions League every year and challenging for the league some years. Mate, when was Newcastle? Newcastle haven't challenged for the league since Kevin Keegan in '95, mate. You haven't challenged for the league once in the last 25 years, not once. And when you say getting into the Champions League, didn't you get into the Champions League maybe twice? And I think the last time was like Bellamy and Shearer were up front. It was, again, we're talking 20 plus years ago. So, you know, you talk about you're not Brighton or Bournemouth, mate. Come on. You've been down the same as Brighton and Bournemouth have. You've been relegated. It's not about the size of the club. You still think it's unfair? No, I think it's unfair that Newcastle just come in and spend whatever they want, like Chelsea and City did. That's not fair. That isn't fair categorically to anyone. It's not fair when every other club is trying to do the right thing. It's not fair. You've spent far more in the last 5 years than City or Liverpool have. That's why City and Liverpool can spend now and Newcastle can't. That's why you're struggling. Liverpool and City aren't. That's the fact. It's nothing to do with... You've spent badly as well for the most part. You've spent pretty poorly. There's a lot of players who you've signed who actually haven't been great signings for you in that time. Right, last 15 minutes here. Last 15 minutes. Lou, you've had the same team for 5 years, though. Yeah, Liverpool have, to be fair. Lou, he was injured too, though, and not the same first month back. Wasn't it 9 goals? Yeah, it was 9, but it's 9 goals, 0 assists. He got 0 assists in the league. Lou, you're including goals and assists for the other players, just goals. He scored 9. Yeah, but he got 0 assists. What I'm saying is goal contributions. For a wide player, you've got to look at how often he actually contributes to goals. He contributed 9 goals last season. Dwight McNeil contributed more. I think that's important. You've got to look at how he contributes all round. It's not just about goals. It's goals and assists for a wide player, isn't it? That's what matters. He'll double the 9 goals next season. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying he won't, by the way. I'm saying, are you not a little bit disappointed by that? I feel like, given the hype, given, you know, Evertonians seem to tell me quite frequently this guy's going to be one of the best in the Premier League. I've watched a lot of Iliman and Dye, and a lot of the time he kind of flatters to deceive, I think. He goes missing in games an awful lot of the time. He has done some really good things. I obviously look back to the Tottenham goal was brilliant, and some games where I've seen him do really good stuff, but a lot of the time I feel like he's been anonymous. He's been anonymous a lot of the time as well. Christian, since the takeover, Newcastle hasn't made maybe 1 to 2 bad signings. They have made some pretty bad signings, I would say, Newcastle in the last, even if we just look in the last 5 years, they have made some pretty rough ones, I would say. Or at least ones that wouldn't get back the money that they've paid for. Like Harvey Barnes was 40 million quid. You're not getting 40 million quid for Harvey Barnes now. It's a bad signing. Sven Botman was like, what, 35, 40 million quid? You're not getting 35, 40 million quid for Sven Botman now. Broken. 30 million quid for Chris Wood. What did you get back for him? Pretty poor. $30 million for Joe Willock. Not getting 30 million for Joe Willock. 25 million for Odysseus Vlachodimos. Good signing. 20 million for Matt Targett. Good signing. $15 million for Jamal Lewis. There's some bad ones. There's some bad ones, you know. There are some bad ones. So I don't think it's just as easy and cut and dry as saying Newcastle haven't made some bad signings. They have made some bad signings, definitely. Lou, I'd say Balotelli for you was terrible. Oh, he was, yeah. Ricky Lambert, Balotelli. Oh, mate, I can name some horrendous. Barini was bad as well. Fabio Barini was a bad signing for us. And that's just strikers. Christ, it can go on for days. I could throw you the load out. Barini, Balotelli, Markovic, Aquilani. But do you know what? They are all like 10 years ago plus. 10 plus years ago. Last 5 years, I don't think you can name too many that are Liverpool are bad signings. I don't think we've made too many. And in fact, I don't think we've made any. I'll go as far as saying I don't think we've made any bad signings in the last 5 years. I'll go on record, and I reckon that'll stand up. No bad signings in the last 5 years for Liverpool. Zero. Lou, Keita, you lost. Mate, Naby Keita won everything at Liverpool. Naby Keita won everything. Played in Champions League finals, scored winners, big goals for us, scored at Old Trafford. I mean, I wouldn't count Naby Keita as a flop. I wouldn't count him as a flop. I mean, he left for free, but that doesn't mean he was a flop. Was he worth 50 million quid? No, I don't think he was worth 50 million quid. But I'll say this, I don't think he was a flop. He played a lot of good games for us. He never quite justified his price tag. But he was a good signing. It was a good signing. Ben, Milan Jovanovic was worst. We don't do bad business now, says Ben. That's true. No, I don't think we do bad business. Tafster, Darwin is pish. Mate, Darwin's not. Darwin Núñez is quality. He's absolutely quality. There's a lot of Liverpool fans would be quite happy to keep Darwin Núñez, myself included as well, by the way. Ben, Keita turned out bad overall. You can't deny that. But you watch me. Watch me deny it. I mean, I can't deny it. Couldn't stay fit and too inconsistent to define as a good signing is a little over the top. No, I don't think so. I think a player who comes in, plays in big games, scores big goals, and wins everything at the club, that's a good signing. That's a good signing. He was with us for 4 years and he won everything. Ben, Núñez has been disappointing, but we'll recoup a good fee. Yeah, we'll recoup most of what we spent on him, and he's had some big moments for us. Again, I've been made up with Darwin Núñez and I'd quite happily keep him. PNC, will Woolwich sign Eze before Spurs? I hope not. I hope not. I'd quite like Eze to stay. At Palace. Tafster, quality. He was born offside. Oh, he loves an offside flag, doesn't he, Darwin Núñez? Definitely loves an offside flag. Lou, he got carried in a good team as a sub when you were already 2 or 3 up. Makes him look good. Núñez as a striker scored 5 compared to Ndai, who scored 9. He's awful. Yeah, but mate, Núñez very, very rarely even got on the pitch. I think Núñez got more goals and assists than Ndai. I bet you Darwin Núñez got more than Ndai. Did he? Please say he did now after I've gone that far on him. Please, dear Lord, say he did. Darwin Núñez. Big Justice, is anyone playing today? Yes, we're live for Latvia's Auda against Riga. That's going off in 5 minutes. And then once this goes off, we're going to be watching the Finnish League. Join me for the Finnish League. In 10 minutes' time, we're going to be watching Kups Kopio against HJK Helsinki. So I'll be ending the live in about 10 minutes. And then I'll be starting the new one, a new live for the Finnish League. If you want to stick with me, Klina Hilna Haki. Christ, that sounds like a chant. Riga are no good. Sorry, man. Ben, I think you're in the vast minority of Liverpool fans who would be quite happy to keep Núñez. No, I disagree. I think you'd be very surprised. I think the feeling of Darwin Núñez amongst Liverpool fans is overwhelmingly positive, but would be content to lose him if we got a better striker coming in through the door. And I think Alexander Isak or Julian Alvarez, either of them would be great. If we don't get either of them, I'd want to keep him. Personally, I'd keep him. Big Justice, are we going to watch with you? Yeah, if you want to watch with me, of course. Yeah, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. User 553, do you think Trent will be back next season? No, I don't think so. I think he'll probably end up at Manchester City within maybe 18 months. That's my opinion anyway. I think he probably goes to Man City. Right, it's a corner here to Riga. We're into the last 5 minutes. Whipped in near post. Oh, it's across the line and it's in. It's 3-1. 3-1 to Riga. There you go. You asked for it. Khlnahaki, you asked for it and they've got a goal. They've scored it and they've ended the game there. Auda 1, Riga 3. Get in. And it's Sir Modis. Sir No Modis. The star winger. Header on the line. What a goal. And it's 3-1. You love to see it. Big Justice. Anyway, score predictions. I think Helsinki just about take it. I'd go 2-1. Yeah, I'd go 2-1. Lou, I hate how players get rated when they leave to the bigger clubs instead of being loyal. I know, but isn't that part of playing at a higher level? Like Leighton Baines never played in the Champions League. He never played in the Champions League, did he? So, like that's always got to be a factor. He never played at the highest level of football. Yeah, so it's going to be difficult. Big Justice, can I join with I later? I don't know what you mean, mate. User 553, why Man City? He will win the Champions League with Madrid, then come back and get the captaincy. Okay. Ben, no, I think that's in your dreams, pal. Maybe we speak to completely different sets of Liverpool fans. Evidently. I don't think so. I think Liverpool fans would be quite happy to keep Núñez. Most I chat to want him gone because they've got a brain. You're very feisty. You're very fiery this morning, this afternoon, this evening. Christ. Who took the jam out of your donut? Lou, loyalty beats leaving. I mean, I don't know. You can't look at loyalty in your trophy box at the end of your career. The end of your career, you want to look back and imagine some great nights. You know, some great nights that you've lived at. And what has Leighton Baines really got to look back on from his Everton career? What does he look back on and cherish? There's not really anything, is there? Svam Andler, Branthwaite signed a 5-year contract. Yeah, really good for Everton. That really, really good. I'm surprised, but I did think that he would leave. Really surprised. J-Star trading a big fat bank balance. I don't think you can't have a good football career if all you care about is a big fat bank balance. You've got to prioritise. You've got to have a bit of passion for the game, and you want to win the right things and all that. And I think ambition does come into it, and that's why I think Isak ultimately will go. I also think it's why Branthwaite ultimately, I'm surprised he's staying, because if I'm Jared Branthwaite, I'm looking at it and going, well, I can stay at Everton and I can have a career at Everton where I'll be like Leighton Baines. If Jared Branthwaite stays at Everton, he'll probably go down as the best centre-back Everton have ever had in the Premier League. Not even probably, definitely. He'll be the best Everton centre-back in Premier League history. But he won't win a thing. He won't win a bean. So that's, I think that's it. I don't understand why players would do that. But hey, each to their own. Each to their own and all that. Lou, Jack Rodwell over Gerrard then as trophies is all that matters. No, it isn't. I don't know what you mean, is it all that matters? No, Jack Rodwell wasn't at any point ever better than Steven Gerrard. He was never better than Steven Gerrard. And it's not about who's won the most trophies. What I'm saying is, Gerrard can look back at many, many times of winning trophies, winning silverware. He's got medals. He's had the big nights at Liverpool. Even if he never won a Premier League, he had some big nights at Liverpool. He had success. Baines never had nothing at Everton. Nothing. What has Baines got to look back on at Everton? That great night against Fiorentina in the UEFA Cup quarter-final. I mean, if that's all Branthwaite aspires to, then fine. He'll stay at Everton. Lou, Danny Drinkwater won the Prem. Gerrard didn't. Must be better. No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. I'm not saying that it's about who wins more trophies is better. It's you have to win some trophies. Surely winning some trophies matters. Baines has won nothing. Branthwaite will win nothing. I'm not saying, as long as he's won something or has won, competed for the biggest things. That's the real surprise as to why he would stay at Everton. Dario, do you like Schalke Fear? Do I like Schalke? Yeah, I do like Schalke. Yeah, I don't mind Schalke. Right, there's 7 minutes left here, but I'm going to have to end the stream early because, I'll be honest, we've got to get live for Helsinki. So what we might have to do is maybe... I don't know, I'll leave TikTok live and I'll just switch over on here because it's on OneFootball again. So I'll restart YouTube and... we'll keep TikTok running. Lou, Everton are the biggest sleeping giant in the world. Name a bigger club achieving less. Maybe. What has that got to do with anything that we've just been talking about, though? Everton, the biggest sleeping giant in the world. I disagree, but even if we say you're right, why does that matter? Why would that matter to players? Jay, the idea of having to win trophies as a manager at a top 6 club is delusional. The idea of having to win trophies as a manager at a top 6 club is delusional. I don't understand that comment. The idea is delusional, that you have to win trophies as a manager of a top 6 club. Why is it delusional? Why is it delusional? I don't think that's delusional. Meaning we will get back to where we belong, the same way Liverpool have. You were shit too for 15 years. Were we? When? When were we shit for 15 years? Even when we were shit for 15 years, we won stuff. When were we shit for what? At what time period were we shit for 15 years? In them 15 years, I guarantee we won 5 times what Everton have won in the last 30. Everton are not... You're saying you're going to get back to where you belong. When? We've been hearing that from Everton for 30-odd years. You're miles behind everyone else. Miles behind. And now you're in a load more debt. You won 1 trophy from 2006 to 2019. That was the Mickey Mouse in 2012. Oh, good grief. Thoughts on Trent leaving for 10 million? Saying name a bigger club achieving less as if it's something to boast about. I mean, look, all I'll say is, Kieran, if I did a bingo card on footy and the things we talk about, I'd defo put Isak on there. Yeah, tell me about it. We do talk about Isak a fair bit. All I'll say is Everton are far, far less likely to get back to the best of winning things and challenging for things in Branthwaite's career. Jarrod Branthwaite is what? Is he 23 now? Is he 23? He's not going to win anything at Everton inside 7 years. Everton aren't going to win anything in the next 7 to 10 years. No chance. Right, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. I'll keep TikTok going, but I'm going to end the YouTube stream now. If you're going to come back and join me for Helsinki against Kups, make sure you do. Get over to, make sure you've liked and subscribed this, by the way. Make sure you have. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes.